Hello everyone, it is December 31st. I'm about to go spend New Year's Eve in Times Square. For as long as I can remember, I had dreamt about ringing in the new year in Times Square in New York City. So this is why I'm very excited to make this video today. As I was looking for inspiration on things to do in New York City on New Year's Eve, I realized that there is not so much content out there that really tackles the questions of where to go, what to do, how to go about it, how much does it cost. So I'm hoping to inform anyone out there who is like me and wants to know what they are getting themselves into. The place I'm going to is a hotel in Times Square which organizes a rooftop party from where you can see the ball drop at midnight. So I wanted to quickly mention something for the ladies attending a formal event in New York City, such as New Year's Eve or any other kind of party or wedding. If you do not wish to spend a fortune on a gorgeous designer dress or carry it in your luggage all the way to New York City, I have found this great service called Rent the Runway, where you can literally pick from hundreds of designer labels. This service not only rents out the dress, but they deliver it for free to your hotel or Airbnb where you are staying. It is already dry cleaned and pressed, so all you have to do is just go out, have a good time, wear it gracefully, and then return it via postal service, and they will take care of the rest. Prices range from $50 to $300, and you have all the colors, shapes, and sizes you can possibly want. 2020, here I come.
Here we go. We ready to count it in? Are we ready? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Oh, we got it. Oh, that was here. I want to raise a toast to everyone tonight. God bless and nothing but the best.
Happy 2020, everybody. It is now January 1st. I hope you've all had an amazing celebration and that all of the New Year's resolutions and goals have been set so that you can start the year off strong. So what I like to do is take 2 minutes and discuss a few impressions about last night, which may help you decide if this is the kind of experience you would like to splurge on. The first point that I want to touch upon is the organization. New Year's Eve in New York City, you can expect lines. Police filters that you will have to cross. There will be lines even to get to the party that you have already paid for. So be ready for that and plan in advance. The party that I have attended to was not crowded at all. So the concept was an open bar and also an open buffet. So you would have a buffet for steak and sushi and an ice sculpture and seafood. What I liked the most is that they made several stations throughout the venue so that people would not crowd to one bar. The prices for a party like this vary on whether you have a table or not. I personally did not have a table. However, there was a lot of seating for people who did not have tables. And ladies, you know, if you're wearing high heels, you know how precious seating is. There was also a lot of catering staff, which made the whole thing go a lot smoother. So you have the catering staff go through the crowd serving champagne and hors d'oeuvres, which brings me to my next point, the food. I loved the food. I liked the setting, I liked the taste, I liked the quality. It was very well made. And yes, I know you might think that you are paying for a certain price to be in Times Square, to be at a party like this, so of course the food is going to be good. Well, no, not really. I have been to very expensive parties where the food was not so great. Also, what I really enjoyed was the fact that they had 2 live artists who animated the evening. First one was Tiffany and the second one was Bret Michaels. I'm not American, so I feel like I was not as excited as everybody else because I do not know them that well. However, I got to know them on New Year's Eve night. They played live music, but they also animated the party. Like, they made you live in the moment, and the way that they were singing with us and coming down in the crowds and like passing the microphone to people, and everybody around me were singing along to the words of the song. So that's how I knew that, okay, there must be a really big deal around here. And also at midnight, it was actually Bret Michaels who counted down into the new year with us. So that was insane. Do you necessarily need to splurge so that you can have fun in Times Square on New Year's Eve? Not at all. There are also a lot cheaper options like this. Like, there are clubs in Times Square. You can still have a night of open bar for like $70. And it's very easy to get your money's worth because typically a cocktail in New York City ranges between $15 and $20. So just having 3 or 4 of these cocktails, you're already getting your money back. However, these offers tend to go out really fast. So when you see the ticket, you have to buy it. On the other hand, there is always the option to spend New Year's Eve in Times Square, in the public square downstairs with everybody else. This option costs nothing, and there are a lot of advantages to that. First of all, there are a lot of international artists who will concert in Times Square on New Year's Eve night. I think that this year Post Malone was there, LL Cool J, the Chainsmokers, Gwen Stefani, even the Backstreet Boys. Like, I would have loved seeing the Backstreet Boys, ex-ambassadors. So even if you choose to not spend your money on some fancy party, you will still have this amazing concert right in front of you. On my way back on the subway, I met this girl who was in the crowd actually, and she shared a few disadvantages about her experience. The first one is that you cannot go in or out. So if you want to be in Times Square at midnight, you have to show up about 12 to 14 hours in advance. So it would mean you would have to be there at 10 a.m. up until midnight in Times Square, just standing around, because there is literally no place to sit down. Everybody is there. You will not have the space to rest your legs. Also, it is very cold outside, so you have to plan for that. And something else that is really inconvenient is the fact that there are no public restrooms. So you cannot have a lot of liquids, otherwise you would need to go to the restroom. And once you leave the premises, the police will not let you back in. So yeah, that is about it for today's video. I am wishing you a blessed, great new year from the bottom of my heart. I'm looking forward to making more content this year and sharing it with you. If you are curious about anything related to moving, living abroad, traveling tips, packing hacks, and all that, please let me know in the comments below. See you next time. Mwah.